I'm not confident sometimes. I don't feel confident in speaking, not with them, but sometimes I feel. So I realize even.
Hi Rashmika, am I audible to you?
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
Hi, Saurabh.
So okay. So let's start, Rashmika. First of all, I am pretty excited. As you can see, I'm already smiling
Yeah, yeah.
before the start of this whole session. So I believe this 30-minute conversation is really going to be great for both of us. I'm hoping that I will also get to learn a lot of things from you and the same you as well. So let's start, Rashmika. Let's start with your introduction first.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm Asmita. I live in Bangalore. I'm actually basically from Odisha, but I
Mhm.
live in Bangalore because I'm working here. So I work as a business intelligence consultant for Dell Technologies.
That's great.
I'm living here since uh, 2008. Because
Oh,
I
quite
studied,
long.
yeah, I studied here, and after that I started working. And I do have around 10 years of experience in analytics field.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So the reason I wanted to look for some language classes because I don't feel my communication is great. So I want to enhance it.
Okay.
Yeah. So on a regular basis, I actually talk to client. So my clients are located in different countries. So I get opportunity to talk to people who are from Middle East, who are from Americas, and of course Asia region. So I do have almost daily interaction with them. So I don't find any kind of challenges while communicating with those people. I understand their accent and everything, but I don't. One thing I feel is I'm not confident sometimes. I don't feel confident in speaking, not with them, but sometimes I feel. So I realize even I speak only the basic English. I don't use I don't use much vocabulary, whatever I know even. So it is something I feel I don't feel comfortable using, even if I know some kind of vocab. I don't feel comfortable using that because I have a fear. Okay, I don't use it correctly. So so these things are happening because I'm not confident. So that's why I thought I should go for a professional course. So I have never thought. I always have thought about it, but there is time constraint, so I cannot even attend any physical classes. So all these virtual things actually happened when COVID started. So many people they started taking online classes, but earlier it was not like that. So
Correct.
it was difficult. So I have never tried for any kind of classes, but I know, yeah. So I know it's convenient to attend online classes. So that's why I thought I should go for some classes, and I explored few. I mean, some online tutorials. I watched even YouTube videos, but I was not motivated because it's a kind of because they those are recorded sessions. They have posted their videos, so it required actually a lot of effort
Correct.
to I mean learn it by watching the video. So I'm looking for some at least some kind of one-on-one session so that I can. It would be interesting even, and somehow I got to know about MentorPlus. Is reason, yeah.
So literally, like I was about to ask you all this question, and you literally answered my all of them. Like, everything on Mentor Plus is centered around the feedback only. After, at the end of this session, I will also give you the feedback. You will understand then. Like, feedback is one of the most important thing in terms of communication. Here in this session, we will be practicing a storytelling session, a sort of a session that is similar to what we have here in our presentation. So what will happen? There is a topic. The topic is challenging phase of life. On this topic, first I will share my own story. So, okay, my challenges related to my life that I have had, and I will continuously speak for 5 to 10 minutes. Then it will be your turn to share your challenges related to your life, whatever you have faced, and at the end, I'll give you the feedback. What are those areas where you were really good at, where you performed exceptionally well, and I will also tell what are those areas that can be improved.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now it's your turn to share your story.
Okay. So mine is okay. If I face challenges, I will talk about two things. So one is health issues, and second is in my professional career, what I mean, how things happen. So first I will talk about health. So it was a very bad time. The whole 2021 year was a very, it was crucial for me and for my family. I lost one of my close cousin, and I lost my best friend. So they were sick with COVID, and things got very critical, and we just lost them. And it was very tough time for us, and at the same time we all got infected, because as I said, my cousin was infected, so we got the infection from her, and our whole family got infected, and my cousin's family, even they were hospitalized. So it was a complete, severe mental trauma, and I was not able to focus on my work. And when I got infected, immediately, I got fever and everything, and my condition was not so great, because I got some reaction, some medicines I took, and there were some kind of severe side effects, so I got hospitalized, and my dad got hospitalized, my brother got hospitalized. So nobody was, so we were admitted in different hospitals, and we were not sure that whether we will come back home or not, because literally nobody was around us, because everyone was sick and everyone was hospitalized. But somehow it took 1 month for me to get out of all those situations. But everyone recovered first, just before me, and those are the tough time I have actually faced. I had even some post-COVID complications, which lasted for next 6 months. So it was very difficult for me to manage my work and my health and everything. So that was a tough time for me, but things are okay now. So that is one thing. And second thing is, in my professional life is actually not so great. It's now stable. As I told, I have almost nearly 10 years of experience after my studies. I studied here in Bangalore, and Bangalore is mostly, in North, what happens, we can manage. Hindi is, if anyone knows Hindi, then it's easy. People, they talk Hindi. But in Bangalore, people, they prefer to speak in English, and Hindi is just secondary language for these people. So
Correct.
Yeah, so I came here for studies, and I'm basically from, I'm from Odisha, and I studied my whole schooling and everything was not in English medium school. It was state board, so very difficult for me to communicate with other student, because it's not like people are able to speak Hindi. I was not that time. I was not. My communication skill was not so great, and I faced a lot of difficulties. I got even very bad feedback from my professor, because if even if I have knowledge about something, I have fear to express because I'm lacking English. So that is because of that I have a lot of fear, and I lose my confidence to face any kind of campus interview. So because of that, because that time the fear was, if I apply for any campus job, and if I don't get selected, my professor, my placement officer will, they will ask why you did not perform well. So those kind of, so I don't want to, um, I don't want to, hear anything, any kind of negative feedback about myself. So I thought better to try outside. So I started giving some walk-in interviews. So that way I joined company, and I didn't took college placement. But the disadvantage was I got placed I got placed somewhere. It's not. It was only full my effort, because I attended multiple interviews, walk-in interviews, and all. But the pay scale was very less, so that was the main disadvantage. Then later, I worked hard. I have very good technical skills, so because of that, companies they select me. But since from the starting of my career, I know that I lack English. So that is one thing um, I always have in my mind. Then when I started working, and I had a lot of work, and I try to build my skills in all those technical and software stuff. So I was more focused on that, because I knew, because somehow I realized, okay, technical skills are very much needed, and for me English is a bit difficult, but learning the technical stuff is easy. So I focused on that. So later I realized that I if I know technical skills, then I can crack any interviews with my average English. So that way I managed, because it's been 10 years. It took almost, 6-7 years to realize that I should work on my English. And after I think 10 years, I'm joining some kind of English session. So because I started realizing, yeah, language skills are very much necessary. And when I joined, my current company, so it's the profile is here, like I need to communicate with all the overseas client. The reason I selected here, my manager selected me because I had good technical skill, and there was no negative comment about my English. Yeah, I know there is. I need to improve a lot, but it's good to. It's not that bad to communicate with people. And when I started communicating with the other people, so it just after few days, within 15 days, I think I got familiar I got familiar with those people and how they talk and everything by observing and listening. So I'm able to communicate with them. But the thing is, for me, I mean, they are very, I mean, because of their communication skills, they are actually smart. That's what I felt. And I thought if I should enhance my skill set, because technical skill is something that I can learn easily, but this is something I should work on, because I realized that it actually took, it's almost, I mean, after my studies it's almost 9-10 years, then I should improve my English, because sometimes it's very awkward, and it's very awkward when I realize that okay, they people are very smart. Even many Indians, they actually, I mean, who are working with me, and they are my colleague, so they actually talk very smartly, and even if they have less knowledge on something, because of their communication skills they express a lot, but I don't express a lot, I don't express even if I know. So that it makes me conscious actually. Yeah, so I don't want to, I want to talk freely, even if I know something I should talk freely, but because of the communication skills, that makes me conscious even if I know many things. So I really need a lot of improvement. Yeah, so these are, it's so my challenges is in corporate sector. um, yeah, so challenges are, no one has given explanation, because my role is something mostly technical. I have not got any kind of, I mean, very strong negative feedback about my communication. But if I want to give feedback to myself, then I will give a strong negative. Yeah. So that is my challenge, and I feel this is something I should work on. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Superb story. Like the second one that was related to English, I felt like I am seeing myself in you. That is what I felt.
Yeah,
I
I'm
was
actually, even I'm speaking a bit fluently, maybe. I'm getting some confidence, because the reason is I talk to other people, I mean, people from other countries, and they people actually, they don't judge us. But I mean, it's
correct.
getting difficult for me to talk to an Indian who is very fluent in English. But it's very, I feel very comfortable while talking to my foreign client, because they don't judge our communication. They just want, I mean, if they are able to understand, then they are happy. Otherwise, they don't even give any kind of negative feedback or nothing. But so that's the reason I feel very comfortable when I speak to them. Maybe because of that, there is some kind of improvement in my English, but it was actually bad. It was earlier, it was actually bad.
Got it. Okay, so now it's time for feedback. So let's jump in to the areas of feedback. So first, I'll tell those three things that you have done really well.
Okay.
Okay, so the first thing that you have done really well is in terms of whatever you are thinking and whatever you are speaking. So in terms of content wise, you have done outstanding today. Like whatever the thoughts that you had, you were able to express freely. I never found anything which is in terms of content that I can say okay, this part of the content was not there. The second thing that I felt you did really well is in terms of emotions. So whenever it felt like whenever you were telling your first story that was related to pandemic and all, I can literally feel those emotions. There was one point of a time where my eyes was like completely filled with tears because I was able to memorize my loved ones. Like I lost my grandfather and my nanaji in this COVID only. So I was able to current that literally hitted me here only. So I was able to relate that. So that emotion wise, when you are communicating, you were like 10 on 10 in that emotion wise. The third thing is that whenever you speak, I felt you stuck, like the areas where you got stuck, it was completely less. There was no word repetition. You were able to speak in flow. This is what I noticed in terms of positive things. And it was literally outstanding by like when I saw this everything. Now let's talk on the areas where you need improvement. Now in this, do you want me to be honest, or do you want me to be like
No,
bit
I
of fluff?
literally don't want to listen my positive side. Yeah, all the negative feedbacks, I will happily accept that because that's the reason I joined. I mean, I want to join your classes. Yeah.
Okay, so the first thing that I felt is your tone. So, see, when I'm speaking, I am like my tone is varying. Like sometime I like my pitch is going up, sometime my pitch is going down. But when you are speaking, your pitch is on the same level. So what happened? Let's say suppose if I speak at let's suppose if I speak like this, if I speak my speech is at same tone, what will happen? This will happen that you will automatically lose the interest in me. Is that so?
Okay.
This is what it is.
Okay.
So automatically what will happen? The other person who is listening to you, he or she will lose the interest.
Okay.
So the first thing that you need to work is in your tone. So tone is like whenever you are, tone should go up and it should go down. So this is how one should communicate. Okay, this is the first thing. The second thing that I noticed is not much, but very slight mistakes in grammar that was related to present and past tenses. So after this session, if you have time, just go through especially where to use have, where to use had, a simple tenses. Why it is happening? Because your story is of past. Okay, everything is of past. So what is happening when you are narrating? Sometimes you are mixing present with past.
Yeah.
So little bit, if you can also see the recording of this session, you will figure it out what mistakes you are making, because you already know grammar and everything, because there was not so much mistake, but yeah, there were few of them. And the third one is that is pronunciation. There were few words which like some, I would say, your mother tongue tone is coming into that you can obviously work on it.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much,
Thank
Asmita. It was wonderful talking to you,
Yeah.
and I also
Same
get
here.
to learn a lot of from you. Bye bye.
Thank you so much.